Today what are we learning is about this. So what are all the day-to-day activities we have or we perform with respect to the Active Directory? Okay. See, most of the activities with respect to Active Directories, like you will create user accounts whenever the new user join an organization to the respective department. You get some tickets stating that there is a user called Sanju. He will join your organization in IT department and so on so date. This is his first name, this is his last name, this is his mobile number. Like that, you will get a ticket. Okay, and you need to create the user and 1 second, guys. Yeah, so you will get the information in the ticket. Okay, so your service now you will get a ticket and you have to create the user account in the respective organization unit. Okay, that is called as onboarding. So when the user leave the organization, so to remove all his accesses, what we have to do, we have to disable his user account. So that is called as offboarding. So user onboarding and user offboarding, two things we do. Okay, and another one is like granting access to the users to the respective files, folders, to the applications and to the computers. Okay, that is one thing. How do we grant access? See, normally in order to make the administration easy, what we will do, we will create respective groups for respective access. Say for example, there is a server. Being a IT users, you should always have access to all the computers and the servers. If you are a desktop support administrator, you should have access to log into all the respective desktops. If you are a server administrator, you should be able to log into all the respective servers. So what we will do, we will create some groups. Okay, server administrator or desktop support administrator. So that group will be sent on the group policy to all the computers. Okay, it will be sent to all the computers and it will be added in the administrator group. Okay, so you will be, what you will do, whenever you are granting access, you never go and give access to each and every computer manually. You will just add the user, newly created user, to the respective group and you by default get the access. So creation of the group, adding the group user to the group. Okay, that is also one thing you do. And then you will do the password reset. Say for example, the user might have forgotten his password. He will raise a ticket stating that I'm unable to log in. It says wrong password, kindly check your administrator. What you will do, you normally go to the user accounts and reset the password. And account lockout issues will come, like the user has forgotten his password 2-3 times. He wrongly entered his password. To the Active Directory is a little bit, it's a very intelligent service. What it will do to ensure you are not in to ensure or to increase the security, what it will do, considering maybe you are not the right person or maybe this is not the legitimate access, what it will do, it will lock the account and it will say please contact your server administrator or Active Directory administrator to unlock your account. And then you will do, just go and right click on the user account, go to properties and you unlock the account. Okay, that is one of the activity you do. And then group policy will be there, so you may need to apply group policy or you may need to get the group policy result. Okay, you may need to do the group policy related troubleshooting. All those things we will do, and along with that we will also check the DNS. Okay, whether the DNS entry is there or not, forward lookup, reverse lookup. Anyway, I will explain you DNS in the separate class, but with respect to the Active Directory, these are all the basic things you do. And whatever interview you give, you have to explain this. Okay, I know about Active Directory user creation, password reset, account lockout issues, troubleshooting, creation of group policies, okay, and user onboarding, user offboarding, user cleanup activities. Okay, all these things we perform with respect to the Active Directory. So where are we doing all this activity? Okay, we are doing all this activity in the console called, if you go to the tools, there is a console called Active Directory users and computers. Okay, yeah, If you go to tools and you have an option called Active Directory users and computer, you'll see, just click on that. As soon as you click on that Active Directory users and computer, you will see the console here, microsoft.com. In our case, our domain name is microsoft.com. Okay, so maybe in your case, your respective organization, maybe you are working in IBM, it is ibm.com, or maybe you are within IBM. If you are working for some other client, maybe that client domain name should be there. It is not necessarily that if you are part of IBM, you will log into the IBM domain. If you are an employee of IBM, while logging into the computer of yours, you may use microsoft.com, but you never support for the Microsoft employees. Okay, I mean, IBM, if you are logging into the IBM, you will be just using IBM username and password to log into your computer. But within the IBM, you may support for multiple customers. So you when you log into the Active Directory, you will go to that respective client's domain. Okay. So there you have the folder structures. You see here the hierarchy I told you yesterday. We have created the folder structure. So inside the Microsoft.com, we have another location called India, because in India we have multiple offices. And as per the hierarchy, since we have multiple locations and multiple offices in across India in multiple states, I have created region-wise groups here. See, this is one of the organizational unit called Bangalore, and within the Bangalore, multiple departments, admins are there, HRs are there, IT and sales are there. Again, within the IT, as per the folder structure, you see, cloud is there, developers are there, Windows team is there. Okay. Now, say for example, a new user joined the organization. Okay. So a new user called Sanju joined the organization. Okay. And you need to create a user account. First and foremost, what you have to do, you should have first name, last name, his mobile number, and who is his manager. Okay. When he's going to join, all this information will be there in the ticket. You read the information. And then you understood, okay, the user belongs to Bangalore location, and the user belongs to IT department, and within IT he works for cloud department. So what you will do, you will just come to this OU or the folder. You should never call it as a folder. You should call it as an organizational unit. Either you can right click on the organizational unit and click on new. You get all the options. To create a computer object, you can create computer. Contact, you can select contact. To create group, you can click on group. Similarly, to create user, you can click on user. Or you can just right click on this empty space and say new and select the same option. In our case, we need to create a user, so I'll click on the user object here. Then it will open the new object creation wizard. Multiple options are there. First name, as I told you, Sanju. Okay, maybe second name, if you have, we can put it, otherwise that's okay, but the user logon name is Sanju. Okay, Sanju@microsoft.com. Okay, this is your SAM account. This is your SAM account, we call it as user logon name. That is why when you create IDs like your ID @facebook.com or instagram.com, it will come like this @domain name. Okay, you can use sanju@microsoft.com or Microsoft/Sanju. Both are same only. Okay, so we'll click on next, and you can set some password. Password is PASSWORD@123, PASSWORD@123, and after you enter the password, there are 4 options actually. Okay, user must change the password at next logon. Yesterday I told you, if the user account was created for some other user, ideally the password of that person should be known by him only. None of the other users should know the password. You being an administrator, you should also never know the password of others, because that is a security non-compliant. Okay, so to ensure the compliance, what we will do, we will click on this first option, user must change the password at next logon. What happens when he logs into the computer first time, right? It will force him to change the password. The Active Directory will force him to change the password. Okay, and I'll show you that. Let me put password @1234, PASSWORD @1234, PASSWORD @1234, and I can keep it for 123. Okay, and just say next and say finish. See, now the user account is created. This is called as onboarding. Now you have a user. If you go to view and advanced here, then if you double click on this India, Bangalore, under IT, under cloud, if you double click on the Sanju, you see multiple tabs are there. If you want to see the pushed certificates, you can see it here. Environment can be seen it here. Okay, attribute editor can be seen. Okay, and object, if you see, it will tell you where is this user resides. This user is resided under Microsoft.com India, Bangalore, IT, Cloud, Sanjo. Okay, sometimes what happens, there are lakhs together of users are there, multiple folders are there, and if you don't know, okay, how to search a user, it's very easy. Either you can right click on this Microsoft.com and see an option called find, or you see here one magnifier glass is there. Okay, either you can click on that and type Sanju. See, Sanju came here. Now we want to know where exactly this user resided, in which OU. Right click on it, double click on it and go to object, and you will understand where exactly the person is resided. Microsoft.com India, Bangalore, IT, Cloud. So this is called as user creation. Okay, now say for example the user need to get access to a computer. Okay, or let us try to understand how to reset the user password. So it's very simple. So let me enable account. Yeah, it's very simple. Just right click on this user account. Let me select Vishwa only, and see, you have an option called reset password here. Click on reset password and it will ask you to enter the password. PASSWORD@123, PASSWORD@123. Okay, now the user account, I am going to set the password, and you can unlock this accounts. Whenever you do the password reset, better to click on this unlock this user account and check the password. The user must change the password at next login if required, but in my case I don't want to do this. Okay, but in the real time you have to check these boxes. Click on OK and see the password for Vishwa has been changed. Now the password of the user has been changed now. Okay, now we know how to create a user account, how to search where is the user is resided, in which OU or in which folder the user is resided. Okay, and now you know how to reset the user's password. Correct? So next one is how to unlock the user account. The user has gone for a vacation about 10 days and he came back to office and he forgot on his password. He's trying to enter multiple times, 3-4 times he did wrong. He did enter wrong password. Then it says your account has been locked. Then he will raise a ticket stating I'm unable to log in. It says account logged out. What you have to do, you have to just right click on this user account, go to properties, and you have to go to account. There is a tab called account. Click on this account, and here you see unlock the user account. Unlock the user account. Click on this, check this box and say apply and OK. Now the user account got unlocked. You can now tell the user kindly check with the actual password and try. That is called as unlocking. So another user, one more thing what we can do, some user is simply coming to office on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday is downloading the multiple users are coming to office, they are downloading the things, unwanted things, all those things. So your management told you limit this user access only to Monday and Friday during the work hours. How to restrict the user login only during the business hours of weekdays and weekend not to log in. Okay, you can just double click on the user account, go to account only, and here you see an option called log on hours. Okay, click on that log on hours. Okay, now login hours is there. Okay, just put from Monday 9 o'clock to Friday 8 o'clock in the night permitted. Now Monday 9 o'clock to Friday. Okay, now whatever is not green blue, right, the user will not be able to log in that timing. See, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. he can log in, but apart from the other timing he will not be able to log in at all. So that is possible using this tab, and you can get the things done. And one more thing, so the user is he has resigned actually, okay, and his last working day would be March 30th or 31st, and you need to ensure after March 31st his account should not be able to log in. He should not be able to log in because sometimes we will miss right to disable the account, and if access is there, maybe user will log in and do some unwanted thing, correct na? Or maybe some user has made some crime or some mistakes he has done, and we wanted his account not to work after certain days. So what to do, you can just go to the ITOU here, same, go to the user Vishwa, go to the account, and you can set here account expires on, click on this end. Okay, never means it never get expired. Okay, end should be like, you can put what is the date you said, 30th of March, yeah, Saturday is the 29th of March because that is Friday 2024, and apply. Now automatically the user account will stop work after 29th of March. Okay, so this is how you do the day-to-day related some activities with respect to the Active Directory. Now now you know how to create a user account, how to check or search the user account, which OU is the user is belongs to, how to reset the password, how to unlock the user account, and how to deny the user log on and permit the user log on, and how to set the expiry date for an account, right? So now let us understand how can you create a group, because user access can be given in multiple ways. Okay, let me log into this PC and start. So we have installed yesterday one server, computer Windows 10, not the server.
ಸರ್ ಇದು ಅಸೆಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನೆ OS ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ OS ಇಂದನಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್?
ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್.
ಓಕೆ.
So if you are manually giving access, then you have to go to the computer. Okay, if you are giving via groups, you can just handle from the server side only. That's why I was about to do that, but I thought of showing first this one and then via groups, because these are all very very important. You should know.
ಓಕೆ.
So let me set this up. So in your real-time office, you don't get all these options, because that there whatever operating system image you use, no, that is fully fine-tuned. Okay, but here we are just downloaded the image from the Microsoft website and we are just using it. So that is why it will ask all these things. So what we will do now? So we will try to do the post-build checklist, like renaming computer, setting up the IP address, and then we will quickly domain join this computer to the newly built created domain, okay, microsoft.com, And before we do that, you see here, if you go to the computer objects in the Active Directory users and computer, you don't see any computer. See, there is no computer at all in the Microsoft.com. As soon as your domain join, this PC01 will just populate, the object will be populated in the computer OU. And there you can just create the group policies and apply. If it is a computer based settings or user based settings, it depends. So let us wait this to happen.
ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ access. Yes.
Correct. Computer should be there in the domain, otherwise you will not be, domain IDs will not be detected.
Okay.
See, normally what happens, if you are going for a club or maybe somewhere, if you have access, if you have membership, then only they will allow you. Correct, right? Same fashion here also. If you are part of domain, if you are a member, then they will allow you. Otherwise, no. So here, let me go to ncpa.cpl and add an IP address. It is there now, but that is not given by me. It is given by the Active Directory, sorry, DHCP. So what I'll do, I'll manually add this. TCP/v4, add the IP address 192.168.190.31, 192.168.190.31. What is the not 31, it is 1. So what is the DNS? It is IP address of the domain controller. Correct na? Here this DC0 IP address I need to put. What is the IP address here? It is 190.30. IP config, if you see 190.30. So the same IP address I need to add it here, otherwise you will not be able to domain join. 192.168.190.30 I've added, so I'm good. So IP address is now fine. Same fashion, let me check the computer name here, host name. See, it is not as per the standard, because here at the console PC01 is there, inside it is desktop, something is there. So sysdm.cpl, you will see the computer name option. Click on change option here, click on name PC01. Okay, PC01, fine. Yes, restart now. So now what I will do, I will also install the VMware tools there. Okay, so then it will become full screen. See, these are all the main things. See, being an engineer, if you are working as a server administrator or the desktop support administrator, the basic thing, you need to know how to install an operating system, how to create the drive, how to grant access, how to give the files and folder access, how to set up an IP address, and how many versions of IP address and types of IP address, public IP, private IP. If you know this much thing, that is enough. Nothing else extra you needed. Everything you can learn in the office. Okay, so let me log into admin now and let me verify the computer name and then install the VMware tools, then I'll be ready to domain join. Okay, so let me install the VMware tools. Install. How to install the VMware tools? You can go to VM and there is an option called install VMware tools. Click on that. Now it is installing, that's why it is asking cancel. Or you can just right click on the VM here and install VMware tool also you can do. See, as soon as I added that option, see, you can see in the my PC, see, you can see VMware tools, CD is added. Double click on it. Click on yes and select the installation wizard and say next and restart the machine. Installation started now. So click on next, install the complete installation. It will take maybe a minute or less. It depends on your machine's configuration. See, as soon as it get installed, it will become full screen. See, and now all the drivers and all the plugins, add-ons, everything got installed. So the machine will get restarted now. So once the machine is get restarted, then we are good to start with the domain joining activities and then granting access. Okay. So let this get restarted. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the DC here. I'll show you how to create the groups. So let me right click on here and instead of new user, you can select the groups. When you select the group, there are two types of groups in the estate. One is security group, another one is distribution group. This is very important. When I say security group, these kind of groups can be used to grant access to to provide to apply the group policies, etc, etc. Security related things. Either you can use these groups to give you access or grant access to a server, or maybe to apply some group policy or exclude some users or a computer from the group policy. Okay. Distribution means it is nothing but collection of users, okay, to create some email DL means distribution list. So when you are sending the emails at your office, if you want to send it to the entire team, you never add everybody's name there. You will add the group name. Like WhatsApp, you have groups. To send email or on a message, you will just put it in the group. You will never send individually. So that kind of groups can be created in the email. That is called as distribution group. But you normally create as an AD administrator, you will always create a security group. Okay, security type of group, and this group scope can be always global, universal domain, but try to keep it global. Global means it is everything. Okay, and group name you can give. It is Microsoft India okay, BNG IT cloud administrator, cloud ADM. So this is the group, this is the naming convention. See, if somebody look at this name, they will be easily understand. See here, if you just read the name of this group, you are easily able to understand, yes, this is belongs to Microsoft. Under that India Bangalore IT cloud administrator means this group is contains all the cloud administrator of Bangalore location under India under Microsoft. Right now, similarly, if you want to create a desktop user group, click on group here. Same fashion you can give, but instead of cloud administrator, you can give desktop administrator or DT admin. Desktop administrator. See, you created two groups now. Now, how to add users? Let me add Sanju to the cloud administrator. and add Vishwa to the desktop administrator. Okay, so what I'll do, the user can be added in two ways. One is either you can go to the groups and add the members. Okay, let me show. This is cloud, so let me add Sanju there. See, I'm adding Sanju, add, apply, okay. Now if you go to Sanju and see the member of tab here, member of, he is belongs to that IT admin cloud. See, IT cloud admin. Okay, this is one way. Another way, either you can go to the user account, see Vishwa will go. Now we'll go to member of, and you see you don't see any groups there. By default, domain user, yesterday I told you, by default he will be part of domain user. All the users will be part of domain users. So now add what group you wanted to be member of. Put ms hyphen and search. All the group which start with ms will come here. And see, you want to be a desktop admin. Select that group name and apply OK. See, group name came, and now he belongs to and is part of, is the member of this group. Apply OK. So now you know how to create groups and how to add members to the group, or how to create a user and add him member of. Okay, with this, how now we'll go to the desktop and we will try to grant access. I'll go to the PC now. Let me log in. PASSWRD@123. PASSWRD@123. Now I logged into the machine. I'll go to the command prompt and I'll check who am I. If you look at who am I, this PC, I mean this machine still not in the domain. You have logged in as administrator of this PC01, means you are logged in as a local administrator. Okay. Now to add this computer to the domain, you need to go to sysdm.cpl and open this, go to this change option, and you see here work group and domain. Okay, you can click on domain and add the domain name here. Or you can even go to the graphically. Okay, go to this PC, right click, go to this PC and go to properties, and you see here advanced system, advanced settings. See, advanced system settings, click on that, and then you go to computer name here and you see the same wizard here. So this is always a time consuming and you need to go to multiple hops. Being an administrator, you should always try to use some commands. Okay, this dm.cpl, and you see the same wizard. Click on change option here, and now you are going to add this machine to the domain called microsoft.com. MICROSFT, microsoft.com. I'm correct. I'm clicking on OK, so it says yes. Now if you have entered the DNS address properly, then you will get this wizard. This will ask you this naming, I mean it is asking you, okay, I'm able to contact to the microsoft.com, can you please enter if you are a legitimate user to authenticate the domain joining. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll add this username is administrator of Microsoft. Okay, PASSWRD@123, and if I click on, the machine will get domain joined and it says welcome to the microsoft.com domain. Click on OK, click on OK, OK, and the machine get restarted now. See, as soon as you enter or domain join the machine, if you go to the domain controller and go to the computer here, and if you refresh, you will see that PC01. See, the PC01 got created. Double click on it and go to object, and you can see here created on 14th of March around 8:17 AM, 28 AM. Okay, just a few seconds before it got created. And see, member of, it is just a domain computer, nothing else is there. Okay, and operating system, everything can be seen here. See, operating system, version, everything, attribute you can put, security can also be seen, multiple things are there, general tab, location, managed by, everything can be seen here in the Active Directory. Now I'll go to PC01. PC now is joined, domain joined. Let me log in. As soon as I log in now, I should not be login as an admin. I should be login as a domain admin. See, as soon as I click on other user, it is showing me now Microsoft here below. Either you can put administrator @microsoft.com, or what you can do, you can copy this Microsoft, you can put Microsoft /administrator. Okay, both are same only, but normally we will use Microsoft /administrator. See, now you are able to log in to the computer, and I'll show you how to grant access. So what I will do, there are two ways. Either you can directly add the user account, or you can directly add the groups. First you will learn how to add the user directly, and then I'll show you how to add the groups. So next time onwards, if you have added the group, you don't need to log into the user computer. You just have to add the user to the group in the Active Directory. So you don't need to log into this client machine at all, because he is part of that groups, and that groups are already there here. Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now if you go to how to grant access, there are two ways. One is you can use the command local user mgr.msc, local user manager.msc. As soon as you click on this you will get this local user. You can look at this users, where you can create the users. See, where you can create the user. See, admin locally created it is, and groups, where you can grant access to the users. Okay, say for example, all these groups are access level. What level of access you needed? If somebody asked you, I would like to handle all the backup related operations, then you don't need to add him as an administrator. You can just add him to this group called backup operator. So if you give access as a backup operator, you can do activity related to backup, anything can be done. And some user tell, no, I am the system admin, I should have full administrator access. Then come here, administrator group, go here, add the users. Okay, or else some user will tell, I just need RDP access, a remote desktop access. Then you have to put remote desktop user, means you can only log in, you cannot do anything. Okay, so let me add as an administrator. Double click on his administrator, click on add, and type Sanju, or you can even put yes. See, Sanju came. Apply and OK. Now you have added the user directly Sanju. What if Sanju leave the organization, and this Sanju added maybe around 1000 computers manually have added? As soon as Sanju leave the organization or left the organization, okay, you need to log into all the 1000 computers and remove his ID metadata, otherwise it will simply lying there. Okay, disabled, and it will be simply lying there. So it is a problem. After some years or some months, if you look at such kind of entries, lot of entries will be there, and it will give you confusion. So to come out of that issue, what we will do, we will grant access using the groups. What are the groups? ms-search, and you see whatever groups we have created, those groups will be coming here. Select the groups, apply, and you see now you have granted access using the group names. Okay, so I'll remove this one. Apply. Now let me check whether they have access to this PC or not. Let me log off. Oof, okay. Now let me log in. to the user, computer, like Sanju. See, if you remember, when I created the user account, I have set the password 1234 and I said user must change the password before signing in at first log on. See, that is why it is asking user password must be changed before signing in. So it is forcing me to change the password. I click on OK and I have to enter password at the rate 123 PASSWORD at the rate 123, and now the password has been set. Did not match. Okay. PASSWORD at the rate 1234. New password is PASSWORD at the rate 123. PASSWORD at the rate 123. Why PASSWORD? PASSWORD. PASSWORD at the rate 123. Yep. See, the password has been changed now. Now you see, I have never added the user directly to the computer. I have just added user to the group, and now he is able to log in. Correct? Na? Similarly, now you have added the group directly, added the user directly. So next time onwards, a new user joins, and you don't need to go and grant access direct. To the computer. Just go to the OU here. Say for example, create a new user. Let me see. Okay, we'll do one thing. I'll create a new user called Arun. Okay, so right click, create a user called Arun. Arun at the rate Microsoft.com. Next, PASSWORD at the rate 123. PASSWORD at the rate 123. Okay, and I don't want the user must change the password because it is a lab. That's okay. And now what I will do, Arun is part of the cloud admin group. Let me go to the members and add Arun here. Check. Okay. Apply. Done. See, now I have just created the user in the Active Directory and I have added the Arun to the cloud admin group, and cloud admin group is already there. See, if you put local user mgr.msc, you can see groups. If you go administrator, if you go, see the group is already there, cloud admin. This one, correct na? So now what I will do, let me try logging in. Now I am not doing anything. Let me try login with Arun's ID now, and Arun should be able to log in now. PC01, send control alt delete. Instead of Sanju, you try with Arun. PASSWORD at the rate 123. See, Arun, welcome. See, authentication is done. See, and Arun is able to log in. This is how you will learn, or you will do the access management. Now, if you say for example now I have created Vishwa. Vishwa is there. Okay, as Sanju only. Sanju was able to log in. Now Sanju left the organization. So, and you want to disable his access. You don't need to go and remove the user account there in all the computer. Just right click on Sanju and you can just disable his account. See, Sanju is disabled now. Sanju is disabled now. Now I'll go to PC01. Who am I? This is Arun. And let me log off and check with Sanju's ID now. Sanju, we should not be able to log in now because Sanju's ID is disabled. Send control or delete. Sanju PASSWORD at the rate 123. See, your account has been disabled. Please see your administrator. So without logging to the computer, we managed to remove his access at the domain controller itself. That is possible how? Because you are not adding the user manually to the computer, okay, and you are just controlling the access from the groups. Then if you delete here this object, if you delete here, it will be removed from the group, and you don't need to worry about the removing the metadata, the objects there. Okay, so these are all were the day-to-day activities. Okay, and if you want to again enable the user, just right click and medical, you can just enable it. Okay, Sanju, now it's fine. Now if you go to the PC01 and if I enter the password again, password @123, see, is able to log in. How beautiful it is. Okay, and how to move user from one OU to another user OU. See, I am able to log in. Now if you look at command prompt, who am I, who am I, who am I, it says Microsoft and Sanju. Okay, see, now how to move user from one OU to another OU. Now Vishwa is here, and he was part of cloud, and he wanted to aspire to be an developer. Okay, so he want to move as a DevOps engineer. So now we are moving his account from one OU to another OU. How to do that? Either you can do drag and drop like this. See, you can just drag and drop. See, moved. Now he is there in the developer OU. Or you can right click and say move and select India, under that Bangalore, under that IT. Now from dev to cloud I'm moving back. See, this is how we do the move operations. So you don't need to delete anything in the Active Directory. If you delete something, you cannot restore. You can restore, but you need to go to some other mode, and multiple things, different things are there. Okay, challenges are there. So normally what we will do, we will just disable the user, not delete the object. So if you delete, say for example I have deleted Vishwa, say for example I deleted Vishwa, and if I create again Vishwa will not have the whatever access he had previously, because that Vishwa which previously got created, that has got a separate SID. The newly created Vishwa has got separate SID, the RID I am talking about. So the computer treat this new Vishwa as a new user, not as the old user. Okay, so you need to grant access everything again from the scratch. So normally what we will do, we will create another OU called disable users. Here disabled. Okay, so normally what happens, whatever users they get disabled now Vishwa, they will be moved to the disabled OU users. As soon as the user moved there, whatever license he has got, everything will be revoked. They will set like that, the policy will be set like that. So if the user is in the disabled, all his Office 365 license, all his application related licenses, RDP license, everything will be taken back. Okay, so this is how we do the Active Directory related operations. Any questions?
Sir, once any user forgotten password, then how to recover, sir? And another question, sir, you at the first sign in only, he has to change the password.
Correct.
Or but it sign in for Arun, you have not changed his password, just you sign in with the.
That's what. No, if you right click here, reset password, it is asking
Okay,
you,
sir.
user must change the password at next logon. I have not
Okay,
selected
sir.
for Arun, but for Sanju,
Okay,
just to show you, I have selected the option. If you don't select
okay,
this, it won't ask.
okay, sir.
See, this option is the user must change the password. See, the user must log off and log on again for the change to take effect. Account lockout status on the domain controller unlocked. So if you put the
Okay,
first option, then only it will force him to, means you are forcing the user to change the password.
okay,
That's all.
okay, sir. So, sir,
Okay.
another question, like you created some groups, sir.
Yeah.
For it is used for multicasting some messages
This
and
one,
the,
no, no, multicasting is a distribution group.
oh, okay, sir.
So
But
there, when you create the group now here, you have two
okay, sir.
things. One is
Yes.
security and distribution. Security I created because I need to give access, grant access, apply group policy.
Okay,
That
sir.
is the reason I selected this one. If you select the
Okay.
distribution, then it is multicasting. One to many.
Policies in the sense means what kind of policies we can add for groups, like for security purpose only.
Uh,
Uh, for granting access only, we created the group directly for to make it easy. Yeah, the
exactly.
work. Okay, okay, okay.
See, say for example, if it is a small organization like 10 applications, it is fine. But there are
Okay.
companies, okay, there are lakhs together applications. Rest.
Okay.
Let me stop the recording 1 second, guys. I'm stopping the recording.